Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the QuickFire Quiz with me, Mr. Chapman, the quiz wizard. Hello to everybody who's taken part in some of my quizzes already, and welcome to those of you who are doing the quiz for the first time. So the QuickFire Quiz works with 10 questions. Some of the questions will be about things you've learnt at school, and others are just general knowledge. So you might want to write your answers down on a piece of paper with a pen or on a tablet. So hopefully you've got those things ready. And let's see what our quiz has in store for us today. Question 1. In Moana, what type of animal is Hei? In Moana, what type of animal is Hei? Question 2 is a maths question. It's about fractions. What fraction is 25 hundredths equivalent to in its simplest form? What fraction is 25 hundredths equivalent to in its simplest form? There's a picture clue here to show you how 25 hundredths is represented, or can be. We have had a look at fractions in a previous quiz, so think about what you might need to do to the top number, the numerator, and the bottom number, the denominator. Question 3. The Butterfly Lion is a book written by which children's author? The Butterfly Lion is a book written by which children's author? It's a fantastic text. The author's written some wonderful books for children in Key Stage 2. Question 4. This is general trivia. The Oscars are awarded for excellence in which field? The Oscars are awarded for excellence in which field? So how would you win an Oscar for doing what? The trophies look amazing. And question 5 is a science question. The lens focuses images onto which part of the eye? The lens focuses images onto which part of the eye? Already we're halfway through the quiz today. What parts of the eye do you know? What could it be? If you think you know it, write it down. Question 6 is a history question. Mr. Chapman really enjoys history, but can you tell me what was the name of this queen who reigned for just 9 days? So she was the queen for just 9 days, but what is her name? Here is a picture of her as well. If you know that one, that's really good knowledge. Question 7. Who presents Harry Potter with a sticky chocolate cake with green icing for his 11th birthday? Who presents Harry Potter with a sticky chocolate cake with green icing for his 11th birthday? Happy birthday, Harry. I think we can see that whoever's done the icing on this hasn't quite got the spelling of happy right, have they? Should be H-A-P-P-Y. Question 8 is a question about music. Musical instruments. How many strings does a violin have? Think about it. How many strings does a violin have? Question 9, another maths question. What does 300 divided by 6 equal? Think about a strategy or different strategies that you could use. What does 300 divided by 6 equal? Give it a try. There's some written methods. There's a mental method as well. If you're really unsure, like I always say, don't worry. I will go through a couple of methods when I go through the answers, and then it is something that you could go and practice again with just changing the numbers. So what does 300 divided by, shared by 6 equal? And the last question of our quiz today, question 10. What is the adjective in this sentence? I went to the shop and bought a tasty ice cream. I went to the shop and bought a tasty ice cream. What is the adjective in that sentence? Think about the job of an adjective. What does it do? Always look at the sentence carefully. Is there just one adjective, or could there be more than one? And that's the end of the quiz for today. So well done to everybody that's taken part. I'm sure you'll be really interested in the answers to see how many you got out of 10. But before we do that, I'm just going to give you, we did some in a previous quiz, I'm just going to give you some times tables. So you might want to just call out the answers to somebody in your house. You might want to write them down, but we'll just go through a few quickfire times tables. So, number 1, remember in a previous quiz I've shown you a trick to try and remember how to work this one out. But let's go. Number 1, 7 times 8. 7 times 8. Number 2, 4 threes are. 4 threes are. Number 3, 7 lots of 5 are. 7 lots of 5 are. Question 4. 5 times 5 is, or 5 squared. 5 times 5 is. And finally, 3 times 9 is. 3 times 9 is. Okay, let's have a quick look at the answers to these then. So, if you remember last week, I said 7 8s are 56. You can reorder the numbers so they go in the correct order. 5, 6, 56 equals 7 times 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 lots of 3 are 12. 7 times 5 is 35. 5 5s are 25. As I just said, 5 times 5 is the same as 5 squared. 25 is a squared number. And the last one, 3 times 9 is 27. Sometimes if you find your 9's tricky, remember you can multiply in any order. So you could have done 9 times 3. You could have done that with any of these. So well done. Let's go through the answers for today. So question 1, in Moana, what type of animal is Hey Hey? He is a rooster. He's a very funny character indeed. He does make me laugh throughout the film. Question 2. What fraction is 25 hundredths equivalent to in its simplest form? So the answer is 1/4 or 1/4. So as I've shown you here, what you need to do is find a number that the numerator, 25, and the denominator, 100, are both divisible by. So what fits into 25 and 100? 25 does. So if we counted on in 25s, 125 is 25, so our numerator would be 1. Or how many 25s fit in 100? 25, 50, 75, 100. 4 fit into 100. So our denominator would be 4, 1/4. Or you could find another number that goes in, which is 5. So how many 5s go into 25? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5. So that how many 5s go into 100? That's 20. So it'd be 5/20. And then you could see which number goes into 5 and 20, which is 5 again. How many 5s go into 5? 1, 5. And how many 5s go into 20? 5, 10, 15, 20, 4. So again, it's 1/4, 1/4. Well done if you got that one right. Question 3, The Butterfly Line is a book written by Michael Morpurgo. He has written many books that you might want to read. So Kenzuki's Kingdom, War Horse, and Farm Boy are just 3 examples, but you've obviously got The Butterfly Line as well. Upper Key Stage 2, they're fantastic texts. Yeah, if you can get your hands on one of them during the lockdown, give them a read. They're really good. Question 4, the Oscars are awarded for excellent in film. So lots of awards given for different things if you've done really, really well in film. Question 5, the lens focuses images into which part of the eye? It's the retina. So the lens, which is the blue oval shape in this diagram, focuses the image onto the retina. But what it actually does is it flips that image and turns it upside down. And it's actually a nerve which is connected to your eye, called the optic nerve, that takes that image to the brain and tells us what the image is. So what you could do today is research parts of the eye and work out what the jobs of each part are and how we can see things. Question 6. Give yourselves a pat on the back if you got this one right. The name of this queen who reigned for just 9 days is Lady Jane Grey. Who presents Harry Potter with a sticky chocolate cake with green icing for his 11th birthday? That is Hagrid. It's your birthday, Harry. Sounded like a pirate. Question 8. A violin is in the string section of an orchestra, and yeah, it has 4 strings. Question 9. What does 300 divided by 6 equal? So you could use short division or the bus stop method. We're looking at how many 6s go into 300. 6s into 3 go 0, so the 3 carries over to make this 30. How many 6s go into 30? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. That's 5. And then how many 6s go into 0? That is 0, which means your answer is 50. What you could also do is just see how many 6s go into 30, which is 5, and make your answer 10 times bigger, because 300 is 10 times bigger than 30. To check your answer, because it's always important to do so, look at division and do the inverse, which is multiplication. So 6 times 50 does equal 300. And question 10, what is the adjective in this sentence? I went to the shop and bought a tasty ice cream. The adjective is tasty. Adjectives describe nouns, and tasty is describing the noun that is the ice cream. So that's the end. You've got the answers. I wonder how you got on today. Can you come back tomorrow and beat your score? Have a go at some of the quizzes on the channel that you haven't tried yet as well. So this is the Quiz Wizard YouTube channel. What you can do is you can subscribe to the channel, and that will tell you when a new quiz is loaded up. But please make sure you ask your mums, your dads, your grandparents, or your carers at home before you do that. Also, if you do send tweets, if you're on Twitter and you want to tell me what your scores are, then please tweet me at _quiz_wizard. So the last thing for me to say then is class dismissed.